Hello, everyone, and welcome into CrashCast Episode 2. I am Shadylikeatree, and Crystal's here, as is Callum. Why don't you both introduce yourself and tell me what have you been playing lately?
Hey everybody. Recently it was my birthday and I got Far Cry 3. It's been a while since it came out, but I didn't pay for it, so I'm happy for that. But no, it's such a good game. It's amazing. I haven't had time to sit down with it properly yet, but from what I have played, totally gonna get into that because it's so good. On to you, Crystal.
Happy birthday.
Ah,
Yes,
Late.
thanks. It
Happy
was,
late
happy
birthday.
late birthday, yeah.
I know, since that it's been my girlfriend's birthday and my brother's birthday.
Well, damn.
I know,
Yeah,
and it doesn't stick around. My celebrations don't last because everybody else just has theirs.
Well, that's lame. Tell them to change their birthdays.
I should do. I mean, it's
yes.
both my brother's birthdays today because they're twins. So, ooh, got two people to contend with.
Well, geez. Anyway, I'm supposed to introduce myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am Crystal, aka PhoenixDown, and I've been playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time.
Ooh.
For the first
Mm,
time, it's a magical experience. I love it.
Can I
not as good as Final Fantasy VIII though. It's good to throw that out there.
It's different. I mean, it's the same, but yet it's different. So I don't know if I can really compare the two right now.
Yeah,
I gotta make a confession. Other than the Final Fantasy, I think it's 4 on one of the jam packs that I bought that were like $3 or came with a magazine. I've never played any Final Fantasy game.
Blasphemy.
I never, I mean, I want to, but I don't. You know? It's like I want to, but then like 2 years of my life are gone at that point.
No, there is no don't in that. You do. You do want to play these games.
But what I have been playing is last night, and I highly recommend this game, is yesterday I, from start to finish, did a playthrough of Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and that game is awesome.
it
Um,
looks fun. Yeah, I
it,
haven't
it's
played it, but it looks fun.
it was $8 at GameStop maybe 2 months ago. I highly recommend picking it up. It's fun. I beat it on easy mode just because I had heard the controls were a little wonky, and they are completely. There's the camera's a little weird, but all in all, I'd say a 7 out of 10. But I mean, it was a lot of fun to play, and it took me I think 7 hours to get through it on easy.
I
Damn.
might pick it up. It'll probably be cheap, so yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. And then also I'd been Spoon last night got me into Minecraft Feed the Beast, so I've been doing a little bit of that this morning and last night. So
Explain to me what Feed the Beast is. I've seen it on my sub box, but I
So
haven't watched any of it.
basically, it's normal Minecraft, but there's like I don't really understand it completely, but basically the gist is that there's like 20 different new minerals, and there's a bunch of different new trees and a bunch of different new elements and a bunch of different new machines. There's all kinds of machines like a compactor, a pulverizer, a decrafter or uncrafter. I'm not sure which what it is, but it's basically the opposite of a crafting table. There's just all kinds of stuff.
So it's kind of like Tekkit
Kind of like Tekkit, but I've heard
industrialization.
more than Tekkit. I've heard Feed the
Okay.
Beast is like Tekkit on steroids.
Wow.
So like they're literally there are 800 and some pages of items on this
Jesus
server.
Christ.
Yeah. There's like and a lot of them are like repeats. Like you can have a half slab bookshelf, or you can have a quarter slab bookshelf, or 3/4 slab bookshelf. But
Yep.
there's 800 and some, like I think it's like 890 some pages of stuff. I mean, it is just a metric poop load of stuff. But I mean, it's been fun, and I haven't really gotten into the new stuff yet. I've been trying to not die at this point, but I'm looking forward to checking the rest of that out.
I don't even know what tech it is.
Tech, it's
It's
like
basically the Industrial Revolution, isn't it? In
yeah,
Minecraft.
Minecraft with like power, steam power, and other kinds of power. I don't know
It
if
adds
steam is actually, yeah.
yeah, it adds two different sets. Like there's steam power and the engineering side of it, and there's also
Isn't there
like
electricity?
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's electricity and there's energy, which is from every item in Minecraft has a value. So cobblestone and dirt would be one, but you get up to like a diamond, which might be like I can't remember exactly how much it is, but I remember that a diamond block is like 64,000 or something or 9,000. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, if you have, oh, I think I know the best example is if you've got 64 cobblestone and you want some coal, you'll be able to put that in there and you'd get some coal out.
Mm-hmm.
But you need the machine to get it, and it takes a lot of time to get all the stuff for it. But the thing with it is, it gets endgame very quickly, like, because it's basically sunlight. Sunlight is what converts it into whatever you want to change it to, and you can make these machines, and then you can grade them up. And the more things you put around them, glowstone and stuff, the more they work. And you could basically put a diamond in there. Within, I don't know, a minute, you'd have 5 stacks of diamonds, and it's so endgame, so quickly once you get to that point.
Hmm.
So I don't
I've
know.
never really gotten into Minecraft. I think I'm really just afraid that if I start playing it, that I'm going to end up addicted to it.
Yeah.
That'd be really bad in my case.
Yeah, it's a given that you'll get addicted for at least
I
a month.
I have to set a timer, and I only allow myself like 45 minutes at a time, and then I like force myself to quit after the timer goes off.
Oh, really?
It's so bad. Like it was like WoW. Like I've told this story a bunch, but like when I bought WoW, I had the 2 week trial. I didn't even pay for it. A friend of mine let me borrow his gave me a 2 week trial, and I downloaded the game and gave the 2 week trial, and I literally did nothing but play that game
I
for
never
like
played
the two
WoW.
weeks. Yeah, it
I
was
never
nuts.
played it at all. I played RuneScape, which was a lot of fun.
I
But
barely got into RuneScape. I've just never really gotten into those kind of games. I'm actually about to start playing Neverwinter. I don't know if any of you have heard of that.
I remember seeing something about that at
it,
PAX.
I saw you mention it, Crystal, before.
That
Yeah.
yeah, I remember seeing it at PAX, I think, when I
Yeah,
was there.
I got to play one weekend for the open beta, and then I think it's supposed to be next Saturday when the actual game starts. I'm not too sure. I'll have to look that up, but it's actually really fun.
It's free to play, isn't it?
I'm gonna guess so, because if it's
Yeah.
not, then I'm probably not gonna be playing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, but other than that, I've never really gotten into any kind of MMO type games, so it's kind of strange.
Hmm.
I think a lot of it depends on what your friends are playing, like MMOs,
Yeah.
most of the time. And everyone I know at school was playing RuneScape. So we would play RuneScape together, and then I got the membership for that.
Yeah,
Best £3 a month ever.
I
So
I only played WoW because I knew one friend from work who had played it, and like I didn't know any gamers back then. And that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't stick with it, because I didn't want to just be in a room by myself, not making friends on
mm,
WoW.
I
So,
think also the fact RuneScape was like you could play it in your browser as well,
hmm
which just meant you didn't have to download anything, you didn't have to buy a disc. It was it was free to play in your browser, so
hmm
most computers could handle it. But I don't think my computer could have handled WoW at the time.
hmm
Yeah, my computer at the time couldn't handle anything. I don't think I could really even play RuneScape. I think that was really difficult to do on my computer, which is really sad.
Yeah, my first laptop would barely render videos. It wouldn't let I mean Minecraft. Oh man. I had to run it on the lowest settings ever, and then I could only play for like 15, 20 minutes at a time
Oh no.
because it would overheat.
My laptop just got progressively worse with the updates. It used to play it fine. My laptop used to be able to play Sims 3, like on at least medium settings. But now, nope, not even a chance. I don't know what happened to it. Just like it stopped working one day. And now, they changed the F button in Minecraft, didn't they? Because they used to do fog, so it'd be the render distance. It's just so easy to change it. Just change it back, and even if it was on far and it was really stopping like choppy, press F like 4 times, get back there. It was fine for another 10 minutes, but they changed that for some reason. Don't know why.
We
Hmm
just need some wickedly awesome gaming PCs.
Yes.
Let's just get
I'm
rich and do this.
Yeah.
I'm saving up. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm saving up for my next gaming PC and PAX. But again, so I guess we have 3 topics today because we're trying to keep this short. I don't know how that's going to exactly work out, but the first kind of thing was something that Crystal and I noted earlier in the week or last week. That might have been that EA was voted the worst company in America by consumers, ahead of BP, ahead of all the banks. It actually, I think it went up against in the final Bank of America and lost 60 to 40%, or won, I should say. Technically, it won the title, but lost in the grand scheme of life.
Yeah, you lose at life, EA.
Um, And I'm sure that we've all experienced some of the chief complaints. SimCity's launch was a complete and utter disaster. This whole paywall thing that they've been doing with um, online and all of that. And I just was wondering what everyone thought of EA and of maybe why they were ahead of people or companies like Banks of America and BP who are corrupting society and polluting the earth.
The internet, the internet's behind it, isn't it? I take it this was just in America, like the voting.
Yeah, this was American only companies, I believe.
Yeah, I take it this whole vote started happening just after SimCity came out, pretty much, or like at least a couple months after it came out, or
It might
whatever.
have been before.
Oh,
I
really?
I'm
don't
not too
remember.
sure.
I think it might have been before when they sent the voting out, and then the results came out after SimCity came out.
Oh, okay.
So
That changes things then. Because I
yeah,
thought it would have been obviously the fallout from SimCity would have added to this,
oh
but
yeah,
if they did the voting before, then it's I don't know. It's the thing with EA is it's all corporate, isn't it? All the other games that come out, like that you would say were made by EA, Mass Effect, Battlefield stuff. It's a different studio, really, isn't it? So I don't know. It's one way
it.
of looking at it.
I think
EA is just the corporate monkeys.
yeah, I think it's not so much the games that EA makes; it's the decisions that they make for their games, i.e., Mass Effect not really having an ending that was affected. Um, all the DLC kind of issues that have been happening, the horrible startups. I think they mentioned 3 games had terrible launches. Um, Medal of Honor has been terrible online the last couple of years. Was one of the things they cited. Um, and they cited the $10 online pass that you have to purchase and their constant trying to get you to buy things in game. The microtransactions, they've just been shoving that in people's faces, and that was something else that was listed as one of the chief complaints.
That plus the way that they respond to
Oh
unhappy
yeah,
customers.
yeah, that too. It basically, to me, it seems like EA as a whole in their corporate just says, "Well, we understand what you want, but we don't care."
Exactly.
And I think that as much as what BP did and what Bank of America did, I think that they're trying to at least try to clean up their image. Um, and to that some degree maybe pushes EA over the top, even though I read the letter that EA wrote in response to this about how they were chastising Americans for claiming that their company was worse than Bank of America, and they made a bunch of sarcastic comments, and I just looked and I'm like, that is why you're the most hated company in the world, because you responded like that. That is why no one likes you. That's why no one wants to play with you, and that's why you have to sit in the corner and cry.
The
Really.
thing I kind of find funny about it though is people don't have to buy EA stuff like with
Right.
BP and like gas and stuff.
Well, I mean,
Everybody needs that. You would expect that people
we
would be saying that's the worst company because this is a necessity for our everyday lives and it's bad and stuff like obviously environment and stuff. But yeah, you don't have to buy EA games. You
yeah.
know, that's just one way of looking at it.
Well, I did hear that their sales were down for last year. I think it was like 12% or something like that their sales were down. But as far as BP is concerned, since that incident happened, I have not purchased gas at a BP station at all. I have avoided it and all of its sister stations since then. Um, but yeah, I just to me it makes sense because I mean I don't think in America, and I'm sure in Europe as well, that you can point and laugh in your consumer's face and not have them hate you. And I think
Yeah.
that that's what
So
EA has done, and that's why they've gotten all this hate. And that's why I haven't bought any EA game from EA. Everything I buy now, if I want an EA game, I wait for it to come out used. Um, and I'll just instead of giving them $60 of my money, I'll give them the $10 of my money,
Right.
or not give them any money at all if I can avoid it and get it off my friend. If my because a lot of times what I've found is that GameStop, there people won't even use the online passes, and they'll still be in the case. And I've had 3 or 4 games in a row where the online passes were still good, and I've been incredibly lucky.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow. I'm gonna have to start doing that then.
Yeah, I go to GameStop and I'm like, hey, can you check all the cases and see if there's any passes in there? And if one of them works, I'll take the rest of them back and be like, here, I had one that worked. Here's the rest of them. I don't know if any of these work or not, but here, you can have them back and put them in your games.
Wow.
I do that because it kind of sticks it to EA because they don't get any more money, or whomever it will be. Because I think there was another company that started doing that or plans to do that, but I don't remember who it was off the top of my head.
I don't know, it kind of makes me wonder though. I mean, like we can refuse to buy gas from certain gas stations, but yet most of the people that do complain about EA, they still buy their stuff and then they keep
Hmm.
complaining. It's kind of like people that play Call of Duty every single year and they say it's the worst game ever made, and yet they still buy the
And they still
next
buy it.
game.
Yeah,
So I don't. Does that
that
really? I don't know.
that
I don't.
maybe there's some sort of gamers, I don't know what you would call it, but some sort of thing about gamers where they'll just complain about a product but continue to throw their money at that company or that product. I don't know. For me, I've loved Call of Duty every year since I started playing it in Call of Duty 4, except for the fact I never had World at War, and I will continue to buy it as long as I can.
Yeah, you
Right.
know what to expect with Call of Duty, so
Yeah,
why people complain year on year is beyond me.
yeah. So I guess we're moving right along now, unless anyone has any other thoughts on EA as worst company in America. This is
I
a
think that people have spoken on that one.
yeah,
You have poo.
yeah. You have poo. Something that Crystal, you mentioned to me yesterday, and this is something that was interesting and kind of a thought, something I thought about all day and all night when I could, was do we need a Roger Ebert of video games to kind of shed some light on the artistic value of gaming, um, and kind of showcase what gaming has to offer as a media, as a creative, and as an art form.
I guess I'll start. I actually saw this article on someone else's blog. Pixel Bubble, I think was the name of it. I'll actually send you the link to put in the description. But I really agree with that. I think that we do need some quality critics to come in and not just say, "Oh, you need to buy this game because of this," or "Oh, you don't need to buy this game because of this reason." That you need to really be able to point out why this is a good quality game, and if it's not, then what would you like to see in it? What would you like to see fixed?
Hmm.
I think too many people, especially even on sites like IGN, where everyone goes to look at reviews, it's mostly, oh, well, this game sucked because I didn't like it, so don't buy it.
Hmm. Do you get Game Informer? Do you have a GameStop membership?
I used to. I don't anymore, but I did.
Yeah, I would recommend that. I mean, for me, I get the magazine every month, and I think they're fairly good in there, but there aren't any names in that magazine. There's not a I can't tell you offhand who the um people are who did the reviews. I mean, I know Andy, I forget his last name, is the editor, but other than that, I don't know anyone who works for the magazine. Um, and I think you're right that, and I think that the article is right that there needs to be someone who has a name and a face and is a good writer and can say, okay, well, this game's good because
Right.
XYZ. I didn't care for ABC. All in all, I give it a blank out of 10 or a 4 out of 5 or whatever out of whatever. Um, if you like this game a lot, then you'll enjoy this game. If you didn't like these games or this game, then you won't like this game, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
And I think that has been missing and non-existent, actually.
Well, I was talking to someone else about it, and I think in a way, like, I mean, writing reviews for video games, an actual quality written review, is going to be a lot more difficult than it is to write a review about a movie. Because, I mean, you're putting in 10 plus hours on a video game, and then you
Hmm.
have to break that into pieces and point
Yeah.
out every single thing. But I would be willing to do that. I mean, like, that's what I enjoy doing, and I think that more people need to enjoy doing that because, I mean, right now, reviews on video games are just shit.
Yeah, and something I tried to do with my Tomb Raider review, and hopefully, if I have some time this week, I'll do an Enslaved review like that. And two, I enjoyed that as well. That's one of the reasons why I got into journalism in the first place, was because I liked reviews and I liked well written reviews. So, um,
Yeah, um, I think yeah, there definitely needs to be something out there that people can go to, but at the same time, there's so much stuff on the internet as it is. You know, you can go on YouTube and
right.
look for people who do gaming reviews, and it's obviously got to be someone you trust, doesn't it? There's got to be
Hmm.
someone whose opinion you care about, and but everybody has differing opinions, and that's why for me I don't rely on reviews as much as like a lot of people do, because I don't think that somebody's word is the be all end all, because just because they think that doesn't mean I'm going to think that kind of deal. Um, but if there's a general consensus among, I think there needs to be at least, 3 or 4 people that you trust. And then if they're all in agreement about something, yeah, then you should probably say, okay, yeah, this game is actually pretty poo. So, but is there anybody that you go to at the moment on YouTube or blog wise that you
No, not really.
know?
I
Crystal?
um
Oh,
I
Karen.
mean, I'll generally pick up a game, especially like a game Enslaved. I actually found that from Worm. Worm had started a playthrough and didn't finish it, which is what kind of inspired me to do it and do the playthrough on my own. Um, but as far as like newer games, like I generally buy the same games kind of every year. Like I buy Assassin's Creed, buy Call of Duty, Uncharted. I have series that I like, and some degree, whenever I'm in GameStop, I'll be like, hey, recommend me a good game for my buy two get one. Because usually, whenever I go to buy two get one, there's only two or three that I want, or one that I want, and they have like a big special, and I've
Yeah,
planned to spend a big bunch of money. And I'll say, hey, recommend a couple good games, and if they work out with my money, I'll pick them up. And that's how I got into God of War. That's how I got into Uncharted, Infamous, Killzone. All of those were because people suggested, hey, this is a good franchise. Use this as your free one.
yeah.
So
I think you touched on something important there as well when you said you saw Worm playing it, and I think Let's Plays, for the most part nowadays, have become where I go to find out if a game is going to be good for me.
yeah, usually if I like I follow a lot of people who do Let's Plays, and for the most part, I'll watch the first episode, and if I'm like, oh wow, this game is really compelling, I won't watch any more of their videos, and I'll like buy the game and then come back to the videos after I've played the game, at least to my
Yeah,
satisfaction. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't trust Hutch at all. He's led
no,
me down the bad path the last three times. Crisis 2, although it was a great game for me, the single player was just like going on and on and on, and it was the same thing. And I'm just like, I'm tired of walking around by myself stealthily, and I'm ready to just blow my brains out. And then there was some online game that I just was like, I don't want this. I want my money back. And I turned the thing back in and like deleted all the files and everything. And then he said he liked Crisis 3, but I know I'm not going to like Crisis 3, so I'm not going to buy that.
Well, the same thing happened with Crisis 3 as it did with 2. Like, everyone wanted to get it, and everyone said it was awesome, and then it just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
exactly what happened is that everyone said it was awesome, but like it's so slow. I think Crisis gameplay is slower than Battlefield, and I find Battlefield to be incredibly slow.
oh god, Battlefield is painful.
That's
Yeah,
why I can't play Battlefield because it's just like for me, I'm not a good enough player to where I can consistently get kills and not like walk for 2 minutes and then die, and then walk for 2 minutes and then die, and then maybe get a kill. I'm just not that good to like have that like I would rage quit that I would rage quit that game so hard. It would just be ridiculous. I would be so utterly and completely and totally frustrated with that game.
I think
yeah,
that's why I like Call of Duty, because it's so fast paced and so reflex based, and which is the reason why a lot of people make fun of it, but that's what I like about it.
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Kind
I
of
think
a.
so. I think I played Battlefield and it was so slow, and the games went on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, I know. I played the beta and I was like, is this only one match? And like it was like a 40-minute match. I was like,
Yeah,
are you for real? I don't have time, and like I kept trying to figure out like if I wanted to use this for gameplay, how could I do that? And it's like there's no plausible place to cut. And a lot of the Battlefielders that are in my sub box, like Spoon and Rage and Pwn and all of them, they like just like string together like a few kills and then that's like a clip, and they basically make a montage and commentate over a montage without like the
yeah,
hardcore like transitions and whatnot. Basically, is what they do
Yeah, I've
because
noticed that.
watching an entire life is just so freaking boring that they don't care. That like people would just lose interest in the video like right away.
yeah, totally. I have more fun watching the like Battlefield shenanigans videos than
Yeah.
watching actual Battlefield gameplay.
Yeah, like when people are like trying to do stupid stuff, and I like watching the clips of like when Diction shot down he shot down a helicopter with one bullet from a pistol, and he uploaded that, and that made
Hmm.
me laugh really really hard for like 10 minutes. So things like that. As far as but regular Battlefield, no, and I think that Crisis for me it's boring to play because it's like you just got to like walk so slowly to this thing that's really far away and not get shot by these machines and these whatever it is. I don't even remember the full story. It's been so long since I've touched it. Um, and it was kind of like the opposite of Call of Duty Max Payne, as we had said. So that was I think that. But anyway, back on the subject. I was going to make an argument that I think Journey and Flower from I believe it was I think 2011 is when they were both released. I think if you were to ask everyone in America to rank the top 100 books, movies, music, video games, that Journey and Flower would be nowhere to be seen. Yet I think they're in the top 10 of all of it. I really do. Just because of the emotion that they create and the kind of feelings that they create. But that's just my 2 cents.
Well, that's what makes it difficult because, I mean, we obviously really enjoy video games because we're gamers, but people that don't really get into video games, they don't see this as possible entertainment, like quality entertainment. It's not like going out and watching a movie to them.
Yeah, I I made a background video, a screenshot or a background screen of some Flower gameplay that I had, and my dad thought it was like the most beautiful background on my computer that I had, and I was like, "Well, Dad, that was a video game that I just edited in Vegas," and he's like, "Whoa." And I
Yeah.
think that you could almost play through Journey, and if you could play through it cleanly enough and make it seem like a movie, and I think you could like air that movie and then get like people to be like, "Whoa, that was an amazing movie."
Yeah, I think
Kind
it'd
of.
be like with Dear Esther. Was that the game, Dear Esther?
Yes.
It was that you just walked,
Mm-hmm.
and that was basically it. And it was a really beautiful landscape and stuff. But that's I think they're games that are easier to review than say a game like Call of Duty because when you go into a movie, everyone sees the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Hmm.
looking at a screen. Yeah, they might feel different emotions about certain things, but it's not like a game where you can play a game in so many different ways. The review isn't always going to apply to the same people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my 2 cents on why video game reviews shouldn't be trusted like 100% of the time. But yeah, there definitely needs to be a consensus. It's more, I think there just needs to be a community effort to it, like a huge forum
Yeah.
just for video games. Everyone talks about them. There's discussions about it. I'm sure there are. You can find it on the internet somewhere. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where people need to go because that's the general gaming community, isn't it?
Yeah, but it also needs to be popular enough where it reaches outside of the gaming community. I think that's the main problem is we attract our gamers because they're looking precisely for video games, but the outside world sees this industry as something that's not important.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's one of the most profitable industries,
In the
out
world.
there. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean they still see it as child's play, and that's something that needs to be changed.
definitely.
Totally. Totes.
All right. Well, yeah, Crystal, go ahead.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I guess our last kind of topic and thing that we kind of came up with that we wanted to talk about, Crystal and I, when we were talking yesterday on Facebook. Callum, I'm sure you were snoring and sawing some major
In
loggage over there
Englandshire. Yeah.
in England. Yeah. Sark left Machinima as of I want to say yesterday. It was his last day. Or not yesterday. It would have been Friday. Was his last day. I didn't see the video until yesterday, and I find it odd, but at the same time, I kind of understand how all these people are leaving these positions in the gaming media. But I understand from a being an adult in an adult world that people don't stay in jobs forever, and they
Yep.
after every couple years they move on. But it's just odd for me to see like someone who I admire and I'm entertained by and I really like. It's just it's not saddening per se, but
I think it's
it's
a good thing.
it's
It's good
it
for him.
it's good for him, I'm sure, because you can only do that for so long before you are ready to just not want to do anything ever.
Kill
Burned
yourself due
out.
to
Yeah,
machinima moment.
but I certainly wish him the best, and he was always entertaining to me, and he really made that channel interesting for me, and actually helped me kind of get my start. In that he kind of brought everyone in who, well, not he directly, but through him and finding Machinima, and then everyone else that was involved, kind of got me started in YouTube, and how pretty much everything gaming I do now is related. So I'm kind of appreciative of that, and all the laughs and giggles and snot bubbles that I've had over the years because of how funny him and his compatriots have been.
Yeah,
I only
totally.
ever really watched him whenever he was with Hutch and Nanners. And I don't know, I mean, I understand change has to happen, but now I'm just not really interested in watching anything Machinima.
Yeah, I quit. I unsubscribed from Machinima. I'd say about halfway through Hutch's term, and I just subscribed to the inbox or whatever their little show was because I mean I don't like 99% of the content they put out. I just didn't care for Pojunk James doing a commentary about his life when I don't know who he is and I don't really care who he is. Um, and so to me, it was just about watching him, Sean Anders, and Hutch talk about whatever and all the little skits they would do in Hollywood, how he would post those real moments with Respawn on his channel, and that would crack me up. Um, but yeah, I won't probably ever watch Machinima. I mean, I have no interest now that he's gone. I know APL is still there, but I never really was interested in his
I
content.
like APL. I don't
But
only when he's. I like the whole group dynamic that people seem to get around Sark. Obviously when Hutch and Nanas were with him, it was probably the main videos I would have watched on YouTube. Like they were clearly the funniest.
Hmm.
oh yeah,
And then when Hutch left, it was well, I think Nanas left first, did he?
yeah, he left a few weeks before, and then kind of Hutch kind of left and did his thing for those few months. But it was like I think Hutch left in like June or July, and I left in I unsubscribed in like January or February. It was
Mm.
like it was just like too much spam. It was like 20 videos a day, and everything else was getting watered out. And I'm like, I'd just rather watch everything else. So
Yeah, you can just tell now. I think he's probably gone because I don't want to say he's gone because of the management and Machinima and what's happening, but part of me thinks that it probably is. Look at how many people they're partnering now.
yeah,
Hmm.
You know, and then they're locking them into these contracts,
yeah,
which is it's not good
and
for a young person to
he
get into a contract like that.
he did say that he wasn't leaving because of management. I kind of think he's lying. But he did say that a majority of the time he had to ask them, "What are you guys thinking? What are you guys doing?" And he's like, I fundamentally disagreed with a majority of the decisions that were made, um, in regards to, I'm sure, some of the controversial issues that have happened. But I hope that he does things that he enjoys, and that I at least on some kind of selfish level hope that he makes videos. He said he would put stuff on his channel. I just hope that he posts regularly, like maybe once or twice a week or once or twice a month, somewhere in there, and
I hope so.
kind of helps keep the laughter. Because nowadays it's kind of like I look at my sub box and it's like me and four friends getting drunk and playing this, or me and this friend playing a game I'm not interested in, or me playing this game I'm not interested in, or there's very few old school commentaries anymore, and that's kind of what I've said this a number of times. That's what I like. That's what I like to watch most, um, and that's what I'm interested in. Yet it seems like I know three people that do it, so um, I don't know. Maybe I'm a dinosaur.
Rar.
Yeah.
Rar.
So Shady, what kind of games do you like to watch people play like?
Um,
Like
it well, I mean, let me look at my watch history, and I can tell you what I've watched recently. I know that yesterday I watched Diction, Gassy, Gold Glove, and I think it was Nanners. I don't remember who the fourth person was. Did a Worms game, and that was kind of fun. Where's my watch history? Here we are. Okay, so let's go through here. So let's see. I watched a couple vlogs by people I'm friends with. Some commentaries. There's a commentary by Jubats here about dating that I watched when I visited her channel. Um, I watched Diction, Goldie, Nanners, and Max, I think, do a Bros Grinders video. I watched a hidden video by Hutch. I have a bunch of Springsteen videos there. Smiles, Trials Evolution video. There's a couple videos of mine that I was editing that I watched. A sketch video, and oh yeah, Jenna Marbles videos are here. I got caught up on her, and more meet. I mean, the Meet Zoe video
yeah.
from
So
Max. So basically, commentaries and real life videos for the most part is what
Yeah.
I
Would you
watch.
say you're getting both of you? I don't know if you watch these people, but do you get fed up when people play the same game together, like say Chill, Diction, and then they all post the same video? Does that ever frustrate you? Because it frustrates
I
me
usually
sometimes.
I usually will notice it before I play it, or if I notice it very much in the video and I just click out of the video. I If I were a better friend, I would go into each of their videos and click on it and then click out if I didn't want to watch it, which is something that someone kind of suggested to me and I kind of thought was not one of my friends, but someone else, and I thought that was kind of an asinine thing to say, but um I just don't watch them, and I think there's a way you can clear them out of your sub box. You can now clear videos out of your sub box and make them hide
Oh,
them or
really?
disappear. Yeah, that was one of the new features they did in the last time around, and that's what I've been doing. Is just if there's a video I have no interest in watching, I will make that video go away, and that makes everything else more visible.
Okay.
And so I've been catching a lot more stuff that I've actually wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but
yeah, I was getting onto the topic about like what you said earlier. You like old school commentaries, people just talking rather than a group of people playing the same. And I have to admit, I agree with you because the only commentator that I watch who actually is just him talking most of the time, iTemp. I don't know if you watch iTemp.
I've not been introduced. I'll have to do that.
He is a godly Call of Duty player, like absolutely amazing. He's got very interesting commentaries. Just the way he talks to people is just very nice. Makes him sound a bit, he's very nice. Um, but yeah, he's the only one that I really watch that is solo now, and he's pretty much the only person that I watch Call of Duty videos of now.
You should watch mine.
I do watch your Shady. Of
Okay.
course I do. Of course I do. You're invisible. I remember that one.
Um,
I like your videos.
yeah, just for an example, here's my video inbox or upload box, subscription box. Here we go. So the newest video 21 minutes ago was Spoon with I Am Spoon with Battlefield Live Part 3 with Lax Mike. That is preceded by Goldie and Gassia Retarded Worms 2 by Diction. A Left for Dead with by Captain Sparkles with two people I don't know. Diction stream video, Sandy Ravage playing One in the Chamber with Thick Molly, Justra doing a gun game and Minecraft video with some people, The Hidden by Sea Nanners, Hidden Masters has a skit, and then basically just everything repeats.
Yeah, I just noticed iTemp. His the first video in my sub box. iTemp just hit 100,000 subscribers.
Well,
So good for him.
congrats to him.
Well done,
Woohoo!
I
Rich.
only need what is it? 99,311 I think to reach that marker.
You'll get there.
Oh, I just noticed something. Do any of you guys watch Total Biscuit?
No.
No.
Dodger? Do you know of Total Biscuit at all?
Not really. The
I
name
just
sounds familiar, but I couldn't recall any video that
it's
he's.
yeah, it's just going back to the review thing we were talking about earlier because he does WTF, what the fuck is a certain game, and he's very in depth about it. Most of his videos are like over 20 minutes long,
Wow.
and I recommend him, but he is very cynical. Um,
You need to send me all these links, and that way I can put them in the
I'll send you a
description
couple of guys that I watch. Yeah,
for the viewers, so they know what we're
yes, we'll
talking
do.
about.
I highly recommend Total Biscuit. He's you have to get used to his character because he is very negative about a lot of things. But I think you need to be a bit negative when you're doing reviews,
Hmm.
just because you want to, don't want people to waste their money. But yeah, I highly recommend him. And Kroken, even though he doesn't do reviews, I just thought I'd shout out Kroken. Do either of you watch Kroken?
No.
I don't know why you don't watch him because he's the funniest YouTuber. Like, absolutely, he does games where he's basically breaking them. Sometimes he was playing Colonial Marines,
Hmm.
and he just shows how broken that game is. And most of the time, he purposely tries to break a game, but this it just didn't feel like he was purposely doing it. It was just a
That would
really
I would
crack
find
game.
that interesting. Actually, I would be very compelled to see him try to break a game, like find something purposely wrong for that.
Yeah, he
Um,
just he's a very funny guy. Um, yeah, but I'd I'd like to just get a list of subscribers that I think people should subscribe to or check out. I think we should all probably think of a few people.
yeah, why don't we present that list with episode 3?
Yes,
Let's
How
do
about
that.
that?
sure.
So let's come up with we'll come up with a list of say 5 each of people that we want to recommend. And if we have any dupes, then we'll do like a section of we more than one of us recommended this, but we'll
Yep,
do that next
totally.
time, and we'll talk about each one of those next time. That can be a topic for week 3 whenever we so just choose to do that. But I don't have anything further else. I know we were trying to keep this to around 45 minutes, and we're several minutes off of that. But if there's anything else either of you would like to say, I guess now is the time for, or we can close out
Um,
episode 2.
I've been having a lot of fun with Sharpshooter lately on Call of Duty. Do either of you play that game mode?
Every
Um,
once in a while.
yeah, not as often as I play TDM, Ground War, Domination, but I mean, I'll go in there periodically.
I find myself getting more and more frustrated with TDM and all that stuff. Whereas to now, the first game mode I go on when I get on there is Sharpshooter. And I say I win, like first place 90% of the time. Not shooting my own trumpet, but no, I recommend it. If anyone hasn't played it. Seems like you get in there and there are so many crap people out there. It's not hard to win. Like,
Yeah,
so I
I
find it easier than gun game.
I find that I'm enjoying Call of Duty more now, and it's probably because I've gotten better as at camping. Because I'm the kind of player I don't really camp anymore like I used to. Used to, I'd find a corner, find an area, find a bush that I could hide behind, and I'd shoot you as you walked into my view, and I would sit there the whole game. And but now I'm more of a, well, I'll control this third of the map, or I'll control this quarter of the map, or this building, or this whatever, and I'll
Yeah,
move around and try to like cover all the entrances. And I use grenades now as opposed to claymores, which I used to do more often. But when I'm sniping, granted, I'm a camper because I'll sit in one spot and I'll look down a hallway, I'll look in a building. I'm guilty of that with a sniper rifle. And I actually, I'm going to try to put together a clip from Nuketown the other day where my first ever quick scope, my first ever no scope, and my first ever drag scope all in the
Well,
same
dang.
game. I was running around with a DSR 50 or whatever it's called on Nuketown. I just acquired it and I was just trying to get some kills, and we were up by like 182 to like 35 in domination. And I just ran through the middle of the map, and this dude tried to shoot me and he missed. And then I just pulled one off, quick scoped, and it worked. And then I just felt like God. And then I just did the other 3. And then I think I got like tomahawked in the head or something in that life. But that I've been just having fun, just messing around, and I haven't been playing, like I said, not a whole lot of Call of Duty. I've still got all those games from last May I've been trying to beat, but Call of Duty is still fun to play.
I'm finding Black Ops 2 a lot of fun. Like, I never really played Black Ops 1, and when I did, I didn't get on with it. Modern Warfare 3, I enjoyed. I know a lot of people hate that game, but I didn't see what was so wrong with it,
We're
to be
complete
honest.
opposites with that one, yeah.
I, I loved Modern Warfare 3.
I thought it was good, but it was like tedious almost.
I hated it.
I thought the maps were just generally too big.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't think there's a small map in Modern Warfare 3, or a map that I would consider to be small. I would consider 3/4 of the maps to be medium large to large in
Dome.
Order
Dome
3.
was really small.
Well, okay,
Dome
yeah,
was quite
Dome was
small.
small, but I mean that's the
Hard
norm.
Hat, Hard Hat was kind of
Yeah, I
small
didn't
to
really.
medium because it all centers around one point. Everyone's there anyway.
Yeah, but to me it was bigger because I would play like Dom and Demolition and other games like that were bigger, kind of
Yeah,
not centered around that middle area as much.
I was pretty
Um,
much strictly a TDM guy on Modern Warfare 3.
but yeah, like I miss maps like in Modern Warfare 2, you had like High Rise.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I mean, that was a medium map, but the way it played, because you had to use an assault rifle or sniper rifle, it played much smaller than it actually was, I think, because of all the alleys and sniper lines and whatnot. And then there was um I'm blanking on the name of the map.
Rust?
Yes, that one was tiny.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a mess, but it was fun to play when you played it.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
there were 3 or 4 others. I'm not remembering at the top of my head. I know that were kind of smallish, medium small, I will say, instead of everything being medium large or larger.
yeah. I mean, there's only 2 maps in Black Ops 2 that this is away from the size, but that I hate. I hate Drone.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a crap
What one
map.
is drone? Remind
It's
me.
like the jungle kind of tech facility
Oh yeah,
one.
where they're like you have the doors that go.
Yeah, that slide open.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one I find annoying, but I always do
it's
really well
horrible.
there.
And I don't like Nuketown 2025.
Oh, I love it
I
so
just
much.
because it's so small. I just find that whenever I spawn, I get killed straight away.
Yeah,
I loved it until they put it in the normal playlist.
Yeah.
I hate it now. I can't
I
stand
jumped in
playing it.
on double XP weekend. They put up the
Hmm.
playlist, didn't they? I jumped in, jumped right back out again. I didn't get on with it.
I mean, I like Nuketown because I can play Nuketown so many different ways that depending on how I'm playing at that moment, whether I'm doing well, doing bad, having trouble shooting short or long, I can play it so many different ways. Um, that to me it makes it worth it. It makes the game more enjoyable because I'm just that map is just my map. I can snipe from the second floor. I can snipe from the ground floor. I can rush with an SMG. I can move slow with an assault rifle. I can camp with an LMG and some claymores. To me, that I just love that map because I can do so many different things, and you can't really do as many things on any other map as you can, I think, on Nuketown 2025 or the normal Nuketown. But this brings up another question before we go. What do you guys think of them bringing back firing range, but completely redoing the textures?
I've seen the video of it and it looks awesome.
It
It
does
looks
look awesome.
interesting.
I think when it comes out for PlayStation, I may get it, and you and I, Crystal, may have to like team up for that.
Hell yeah, I think we
Callum, you can
should.
come too. We can because I may spend the $15 and just get that map pack. But I really like that idea, and I would like to see like what would be kind of cool is if the next maybe not the next one, but maybe the one after did like a greatest hits of maps and brought back some of them as they were, i.e. Crash was one of my favorite maps ever, and then redid the textures on some of them and
Yeah, I really wish they would do it.
brought them back exactly essentially the same, but maybe redo the textures because they did that for was it Black Ops 1? They did that golf map with the golf course. What is it? What was it? And it was a World at War map that they redid completely.
Was it Cliffside?
Cliffside was the
Yeah,
was the World at
World
War
of War.
map.
Yeah.
Um, I'm forgetting what the Black Ops 2 map was off the top of my head, but that's sort of the same kind of deal. Um,
Yeah, I think it's better that they do it that way than just outright.
mhm.
Just kind of, because
Just
then it just looks like they didn't put any effort in. They just explored it in.
well, I think that in Modern Warfare 2 they made the colors better of all the maps, and they improved some things, and they kind of updated them a little bit. But if had they just brought back the Call of Duty 4 map and not made the colors better and made it brighter and made they actually added a couple features and added some furniture to it and whatnot. Had they not done that, I think I wouldn't have been as happy with it. But for the most part, it was well done.
I
I
wish
still
they would
haven't.
have like a community voting thing where they place all of the top maps that everyone liked and then we just vote on them and then they make like a new map pack out of it.
Ooh, that would be kind of cool. Or
I think
maybe
that would be amazing.
maybe like bring like have a and I don't really like map packs because I don't like paying $15 for an extra 4 maps that they could have just put in the game anyway because I wanted to be nice because they make a boatload of money off the game. Um, but for the most part, I think that I would like to see some old maps come back and maybe not for every game, but maybe like you have, you bring back 2 maps from each of the previous game every other year. Maybe for whatever the next Modern Warfare is, you bring back 2 maps from Modern Warfare 2, from COD 4, and from Modern Warfare 3, and you maybe retexture them or you make them better, and then you bring them back and you have like a 6 map pack and you charge like $15 for that.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think that would be
and
cool.
then have a complete playlist for him as well.
Yeah, and then have like I would say like have a not just a complete playlist, but a section. Like you know how they have like the what is it? Core, hardcore, whatever the other one is, and then the fourth
Party
one.
games.
Yeah. Where you can just say, okay, I want to play the new map packs, but I'm really only a team deathmatch player and a domination player, so I would just like to play like a team deathmatch domination combination of games.
Yep, that's cool.
So
I'd
I
be
th-
down with that.
I think that would be kind of cool to have, but of course I have no say because I'm not a game maker. So, but I have rambled on long enough, and I will let you guys continue.
Yay, video games.
Yay, video
Video games.
games! All right, well, I guess if that's it, we'll go ahead and close out the podcast. I'll be sure to put all appropriate links in the description after I upload the video. Hopefully, I can do that later today. So please send me your links. And also, if you guys are watching this and you have any thoughts or suggestions for future videos, or maybe any guests you would like to maybe see on the show, we've been talking about a couple people for episode 4 and maybe episode 5 or 6. Just let us know. And I'm Shadylikeatree, and
Yeah.
I'll let you guys
I
speak.
just
And
I was gonna say, and one more thing. Also, let us know if you want this to download, just the audio, because I know a lot of people like to download just the audio, put on their MP3 player, so they can listen to it on their, commute and stuff. So just drop it in the comments if that's what you'd like to see, and we'll figure something out. And thank you for
Yes.
stopping by.
I also post the video that is on YouTube. I also put it on my blog, so you can check out some extra stuff there and leave any kind of comments or stuff there. So check out my blog, people.
check it out. Or
Shameless plug.
she will find you.
I will hurt you.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
In a world where Callum comes and finds you if you don't subscribe to her blog. This is CrashCast Episode 2.
Dun, 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 dun.